I'm Justin. Um, I joined back at the end of January, so like essentially starting in February. I'd been going to the gym myself for a while before, and I just wasn't like seeing any improvement. There's so many bits of information online, and I feel like a lot of them contradicted themselves and just felt very lost. So the main reason I joined was I wanted to get some sort of direction, um, and like make sure that the effort that I'm putting into it, I'm actually going to get good output from that too. Um, and since starting, I've lost like over 15 pounds, which was the goal. And then just learning a lot about actually what to do, and seeing results from that, which makes me very happy.
I'm glad to hear it. I know.
Yeah.
I know it's kind of crazy to look back and think that we started just in February, because like the progress until now is amazing. I mean, obviously achieving the goal of 15 pounds, but like for you personally, Justin, like what do you feel like has changed? I guess in your mindset, habits, or just the way you feel day to day, um, versus before when we first.
Yeah. I think definitely like instilling the habits. Again, like I was going to the gym and stuff before, and somewhat regularly, but that sense of like direction, and just like knowing that I'm doing the right thing, I think was kind of the that like key element that I was missing. Um, so it's been what that's like for me. That's been what's the most helpful so far.
Yeah, I can imagine. It gets pretty cloudy not knowing, what to do day to day. Like how
Mm, yeah.
experience, like sort of going in circles, or what was that like for you?
Yeah. Um, just not knowing what to do, and then getting frustrated with myself, um, because you wouldn't see progress really at all.
Hmm.
Um, because some of the stuff, it takes a long time to like see results. Um, and then definitely like I wasn't doing as many of the like kind of tracking habits that we're doing now. So like weighing yourself daily, um, weighing your food, so you know like close enough how many calories you're getting, um, and then just being consistent with that.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
But those are some of those things that like obviously you can be told, to weigh yourself daily. But some of these things you don't really realize until like somebody else looks at it. Because
Yeah, and it's like the accountability thing. It is like, as much as I want to think that I was like doing things properly, it is like easier when you have like someone that's going to call you out for it if you like mess up a lot or just like get off track quite far.
for sure, for sure. That's funny that you mentioned that. That's true. That's true.
But I
But
think that is helpful for some people for sure. It definitely like it's kind of like an extra push for me too.
mhm, for sure. Like that's a big part, but what I'm also proud of is like the thought process and the attention to detail to, looking at the numbers and looking at real, statistics and real
Mhm,
habits, real systems that, I have and that I teach to you, and like
mhm,
that'll stick with you forever.
mhm,
And that's what I'm most proud of to sort of share or teach you.
mhm.
Like
And
take it back to before we started. Um, like why do you feel like you could never solve those problems on your own? Because I know you mentioned, you joined another the training app. You tried different things on your own.
mhm.
Why do you feel like you couldn't solve them, um, or achieve progress on your own?
Yeah, I had a different app I was using before and following that. But it wasn't like talking to a human about it or anything. So
Yeah.
just like questions that I wasn't quite um, sure if I never got like resolution to. And then it's it's annoying if you're trying to like put a bunch of work and effort into something and not knowing if it's actually the correct thing that you should be doing. Um, because some of it's a little counterintuitive. And then if you research online, it just seems like there's so much conflicting information. Because people are like talking about different diets you should do and like like all of the stuff that might not actually like be helpful long term.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing now. Like information is never the problem because obviously with AI can give you an amazing plan,
Mhm.
but the thing is that it'll never be like a human talking to a human. It'll never be able to consider the small things like preferences or things you can't even calculate.
Mhm.
Even if you give it an input or prompt, it wouldn't be able to have that connection with you or actually, care about your results. So I think that's a part of it as well. Um, because like how long did you deal with that and how frustrating was that to sort of go through?
I was doing that for like well, when I was doing my travel year, that's when I was following that app for the most part. So doing that and then the travel thing too, it just made it kind of difficult. So then when I came back, like that's like what I wanted to do was like um it's like actually like commit to doing this like correctly and find a good coach and like just go from there.
Yeah, that's good. That actually goes really smoothly because I was gonna ask you, like, what was the first impression, um, or actually, what got you to join?
I think I saw your content on Instagram.
Hmm.
Um, and at the time I was just like kind of in the research phase. But you reached out to me and started having conversation with me. And I think that's like one of the main reasons why I decided to join because I liked the proactivity from you, like just like reaching out and I'm like I think this will be a good fit.
100%, and even more so on the call. I think we really connect.
Mm.
Good.
Mhm.
And like, what was the first impression when you actually um, like?
To be honest, like yeah, I've never had a fitness coach before, so I wasn't really sure what to expect. Um, but it's been good. I can't I can't complain at all. I mean, I'm seeing progress and like hitting um some of my goals and stuff. So very happy with that.
I'm glad to hear that. That's good. That's good to hear. If there's no complaints, there's something going
Yeah.
right. Because what's it called? What were your results? I mean, I know obviously now until now you've lost 15 pounds, and even on the vacation was crazy. We've got to talk about that later. But
Yeah.
what was the results in the first like month working together?
Um, they were well. So getting a scale and just like tracking and like actually seeing movement with that, it was probably like that's probably the thing that was the most like um impressive just in that like finally something was working well. Um, so I've always wanted to like slim down a little bit and then start to build muscle. So kind of being able to do both of those. So seeing weight go down and my ability at the gym go up.
That's awesome. That's good. Yeah, nailing down those habits in the first month is really important because
Hmm.
like, if you can get that right, then the next months they go so well, and
Hmm.
it's shown, right? Because
Hmm.
after you went on vacation and you couldn't even weigh out your food, right? Like you lost
Yeah,
5 pounds.
what I think that's like learning those habits. I think that's a great example, kind of like once you know kind of what you're supposed to be doing. So I was gone for like 5 weeks and didn't have access to a scale and didn't have access to like I couldn't make my own food at all like I've been doing here.
Mhm.
Um, so then to see like coming back and I still like lost some weight was like pretty crazy to me because that even included a cruise like an all you can eat cruise and stuff like that too.
Yeah, that's
Um,
funny.
so yeah, very like happy with that. Um,
Yeah, because that's something that like I've said this before, but not a lot of people can achieve that, and that takes not only the discipline but the knowledge as well that you built working together, which is great. And
mm,
I'm super happy to even be able to share that. What do you
mhm.
feel like is the biggest problem we solved like during our time we've worked together so far?
I think the area that I had the most questions in was the nutrition and like what my calorie goal should be. So getting all of that and like kind of learning, depending on what you're trying to do, like how you should like what percentage each macro should be and stuff like that has been very helpful. I've just been learning a lot about that too.
Yeah,
Because that
that's a,
before is like I was like not really on my mind much before. But that's almost more important than going to the gym, especially in weight loss.
for sure, especially for weight loss. Like just losing, weight in general. Like if you're tracking macros, you're going to be so much more successful than just tracking
Mhm,
calories and protein because
mhm,
that's your activity, right? That's how you feel day to
mhm,
day, what you're eating. I mean, like obviously we took a different approach to everything, having habits, systems, and then tracking, right? Everything.
mhm.
But what was the most different about that compared to what you're doing before that really like flipped that switch, or maybe an
Um,
aha moment?
yeah, before I definitely knew protein was important, so I was paying attention, making sure I got enough of that, but I wasn't really paying attention to anything else.
Hmm.
Um, so just like to know what like percentages I should be doing things at, and then just sticking with it, and then being able to finally see results from that. I think that was like the aha moment of like, okay, like, yeah, this is the correct path I should be taking.
That's great.
Yeah.
Thing, yeah, like because everybody markets the protein, right? Because that's like the buzzword. Everybody's like
Hmm.
high protein. That even on the foods we see, there's protein donuts, protein snacks all over
Hmm.
the place. But like learning about the macros is huge. That's good.
Hmm.
Because if you didn't join, like, where do you feel like you'd see yourself now?
Just kind of like where I was before, like kind of struggling with what I should be doing. Um, but I'm happy I like finally made the jump and like decided to like actually invest more in myself and see results from that. Um,
Right.
that's
That's
kind
great.
of the goal. Yeah.
Great. That's great. I mean, obviously, thankful that we're here now. Like, what are your visions for wrapping up 2026 and even for next year, like in your fitness journey?
Mm. Yeah. So I really just like keeping at it. Um, it's like once you know what you're doing, it's just all in the execution kind of, and just like being consistent and like just keeping at it like as best as you can. Like it's never gonna be you're never gonna have like perfect like calorie intake days like every single day and stuff. But as long as you're like staying on the right course, then you'll see results. And that's been what's like helped. Been happy to like learn how to do that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's inspiring.
Mm.
I'm glad to hear that. I mean, on that note, if somebody was in the same spot as you, at the start of February when you first joined, and they weren't too sure about their fitness, they weren't really seeing the results they want to see, like what would you say to someone stuck in that same spot?
To reach out to you. Is that the correct answer?
No correct answer. Just um, like, what would you say to them if they felt like they were in need or whatnot?
Yeah, no, at some point you just gotta like you gotta take ownership of yourself because at the end of the day it does all have to come still from like within you, even if you're talking to coaches or like trying to learn things on your own, like that drive has to come from within inside you. And if you don't have that, I don't think you can like succeed. So making sure that you like actually like commit to yourself to building a better version of you is kind of the most important, and then good things come from that.
100%. I love how you mentioned that because, a coach can only do so much, right? I can help you. I
Mm-hmm.
can help you along the right path. But if you don't want
Mm-hmm.
it enough for yourself, I can't want it more than you.
Correct. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's great. If anyone is thinking about joining, what would you say to them?
um Definitely reach out. No, it has been like it's been very life changing in that like I feel like I have that sense of direction now, and it makes me excited about where I'll go in the future with that. Um and it like makes like I get excited to go to the gym now and stuff, which I necessarily didn't feel that before. So that's awesome.
That is awesome. You know, that makes me like feel so good hearing that, because
Mhm.
that's the same feeling I went through when I first started. Like
Mhm.
before, when you're not seeing results, you're feeling lost, you don't want to go. And then
Yeah,
once
you dread it.
yeah, exactly. So that's just so inspiring to hear. And yeah, thank you for sharing your journey. Thank you for hopping on this call again. And
Mhm.
let's continue to uh, keep on going. Let's do it.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.